Hey guys, what's going on? It's Waldo. Today we're here with episode number 2 of our Arizona Diamondbacks franchise series thing here on OOTP 16, Out of the Park Baseball 16. And as is customary, we are at the first year player draft, and this season has pretty much gone as expected. You see, we are 19 and 36, 18 games out of the division, and what would that be? 11 games out of the second wildcard spot. So it's pretty much gone as expected. The team has not done very well. The offense 13th in runs scored, 13th in batting average, 13th in OBP, tied for 11th in home runs, tied for 7th in stolen bases, 10th in runs against, 5th in starters ERA. So the starting rotation has been a bit of a surprise this year, which has been good to see. But 13th in bullpen ERA, and 8th in defensive efficiency. So let's take a look at the lineups first and the batters. So we are going to get regular season stats here and OPS. So Mark Trumbo is leading the team at OPS at 848. He's actually not having that bad of a year. He's hitting 277 with a 332 OBP. He has struck out 54 times and walked 13. That's kind of his game. Hit 12 home runs with 29 RBIs. And Goldschmidt, he's actually having a really off year. So he's hitting 222. He's not even OPSing over 700. He only has 8 home runs, 23 RBIs. So he's having a rough go of it here so far. Aaron Hill in limited time because, as you see, he's the backup second baseman. He's done okay. He's at 258 with a 755 OPS. Ender Inciarte, he missed some time with an injury, but he's still hit 289 with a 741 OPS and 2 stolen bases. Hector Gomez, we picked this guy up off waivers from the Milwaukee Brewers back in early May, and he has done okay. He's hit 286, and actually, let's actually see how he's done with us. He's actually hit 262 with us. 9 strikeouts, 4 walks, 1 homer, OPS of 708. He's seen limited time with the Brewers. He hit 375. And so I figured Cliff Pennington wasn't really getting it done. So I figured I'd get Mr. Gomez here. Well, it wasn't that Pennington wasn't getting it done. You know what it was? No, it was Pacheco that wasn't getting it done as the backup because for some reason he was the backup at shortstop or third base, whatever it was. Shortstop. That's what I thought. Yeah. Some reason he was the backup shortstop. I didn't really know why, but that's just what happened. So we picked up Gomez. Let's see, David Peralta. He's hitting 256 with 6 home runs, OPS of 727. He's the last guy on this team that is OPSing over 700. Went over Goldschmidt. Chris Owens. He has 9 stolen bases and he's hitting 262. I'd like to see that average rise a little bit towards the end of the season. Ideally, I'd like to see him hit around 280 this year, but we'll see how that goes. Danny Hechavarria, we picked him up off waivers from the Miami Marlins, obviously. Now it's actually just a couple days ago. Today's the 6th, so we actually cleaned in on waivers on the 4th. So in 2 games, obviously, this is really skewed, but 375. So he has 3 hits in 2 games with us. He's going to be the starting shortstop. This is where Cliff Pennington wasn't getting it done, so I figured I might as well get a guy that has pretty solid ratings, 3-star potential, a 2-star overall rating right now. And I'd rather have him start over Cliff Pennington. Pennington refused to be demoted, so I just released him. It added about $2 million to my player expenses, but I figured that I did not want a guy who was hitting 162 on the team anymore, so I was willing to bite the bullet on that. And Jake Lamb, he actually hit for the cycle earlier this year. He won Rookie of the Month in May, but overall he's had a pretty down year. 204 average, and sorry if you heard that, that was my iPad. 204 average, 4 home runs, OPS of just over 600, which is not very good. AJ Pollock has been disappointing. He has 9 stolen bases, but he's only hit 232 with a 265 OBP. And our catchers, as expected, they are both at the bottom of the list here. Neither of them are hitting over 200. And Gerald Laird actually has an OPS under 400. So that's our batters. It's easy to see why we are 19 and 36. Let's check our pitching. That's actually done pretty well. Let's where is it? Let's just sort by ERA real quick. Whoops. So actually, no, let's just sort by. So Chase Anderson, he has a 3.13 ERA and a 3.34 FIP, so he's actually doing pretty good this year. 56 Ks to 16 walks. He is 2-4, but obviously most of the guys on this team, they, won't have high win totals. Josh Colementor, he has a, where is it, 3.24 ERA, but his FIP is 4.75, so it does appear that he's been getting very lucky this year, so perhaps some regression is coming for Mr. Colementor. Ruby De La Rosa, 56 Ks to 22 walks, 3.27 ERA and a 3.62 FIP, so he's having himself a pretty good year. Jeremy Hellickson, the guy I said I wanted to see do good. He's kind of the outlier on the pitching staff right now. He has a 4.50 ERA, but his FIP is 46, so at least he's pitching to that. At least there's not regression, I guess you could say. And Daniel Hudson rounding it out as the fifth star. He's actually had the best year so far, 2.56 ERA and a 2.39 FIP. So Daniel Hudson kind of turning it around a lot this year. I'm kind of interested to see if he can keep it up. It's kind of weird that he only pitched 2 2/3 innings here. I don't know why that happened. And I actually, damn it, I actually forgot to change that. That should be strict order. Whoops. Okay, so at least now that's good. Is he rested? 83%. Is there anybody else that's more rested than he is? I doubt it. Nope. Okay. Oh well. So that's the starting pitchers. Relief pitchers. Andrew Chaffin. I'm sure I'm still saying that wrong. His ERA is 2.55. His FIP is 3.62. Whip is, what is that, 1.19. So he's been having a good year. Randall Delgado, he's been doing okay, 3.45 ERA. Evan Marshall is having a really good year, and to be honest, I might consider putting him in the closer spot at some point because, as you'll see in a second, Addison Reed is not getting it done. Oliver Perez, 2.65 ERA. Matt Reynolds, one of the reasons our bullpen ERA is really bad in terms of the rankings, 8.18 ERA. I might actually have to send this guy down. Seems like he's not getting the job done. Brad Ziegler, he's having an okay year. Definitely could be doing better. 4.07 ERA. I'm sure that'll go down eventually. And Addison Reed, as I mentioned, 7.90 ERA, 33 Ks to 10 walks. I guess that's okay, but he's 1-5 with 8 saves. So his FIP is only 2.30, so that does mean he's been getting unlucky. But at the same time, I wouldn't. And actually, to be honest, I'm actually going to do that right now. And I'm going to move Marshall into the closure spot. So that's what it's going to be for right now. I have Addison Reed, and to be honest, actually, I'm going to put him at 7th or later and Ziegler at 8th or later. So we're going to rearrange the bullpen right now. So Evan Marshall is now the new closer until Addison Reed picks it up a bit. And that is that. We're actually going to do normal usage here. And so that's that. So let's check, let's see what's going on here. So here are our top prospects. Aaron Blair, 6-3, 3.69 ERA, and 75 2/3 innings pitched. Braden Shipley, 2-4, 3.86 ERA, and 16 2/3 innings pitched. This closer, who, to be honest, I might call up sooner rather than later. It seems like that control will never get much better than that. So might end up calling him up pretty soon. He's doing all right, 2.49 ERA, 12 saves. Nick Ahmed in Reno, he's having a pretty solid season, 2.82, 3.44, 4.73 slash with 7 homers. And these other two guys, their season has not started yet. So obviously here are the injuries from before the season started. Well, most of them actually. Bronson Arroyo, obviously that was before the season started. Patrick Corbin, the good thing is that he's actually going to be coming back soon, so that'll be a major help to our pitching rotation. At this point, I'm probably going to just have to take out Hellickson, and I might just put Hellickson in the bullpen and send Reynolds down when that happens because I'd like to keep Hellickson up just in case maybe one of these guys starts to bomb. That way I can put Hellickson in there. But regardless, let's go ahead to the first year play draft. So as I mentioned, we were pretty lucky in this because we had the first overall pick. So no, let's not assign a random draft order. Let's continue the draft. And by the way, I guess this is a good time to point out that we signed those guys that we wanted to sign. So, oops, that's not what I wanted. Where's front office? So we signed Logan White. He'll be our new scouting director, 52 years old. Signed through 2017. Scout Majors, excellent. Scout Minors, outstanding. International, legendary, and amateurs, outstanding. So I'm going to trust this guy. And we also Where would I find this? Personnel. We also signed Norio Yamaguchi for his scouting ratings, and I wish there was a way to see it, but his scouting ratings were very good as well. So we did end up getting those two guys very early on in the year. But let's go to the draft and continue the draft. So let's see who our scouting director thinks is the best player in this draft. And he thinks it's actually Kep Brown, who appears to be injured. Oh, he tore his ACL. Now, see, that's good for us because that might mean that he'll drop a couple rounds. Because I wouldn't mind taking this guy, in the third or fourth round. But let's see. So there's Brian Hayes. It seems like he's always. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. It seems like he's always pretty high up in any franchise I've done on this game. But here's Brandon Rogers. Oops, whoops. Clicking the right mouse button there. All right. So it seems like this guy could be a pretty solid player. And to be honest, I'm actually thinking about drafting him. His bonus demand's 10 million. I don't like that, but I imagine we have a ton of money to pay. We have 30 million, but I don't really think I want to pay him 10. Maybe I'll offer him 9.5. That's probably what I'll do. Alex Bregman. Obviously, well, actually, OSA favors him a lot more than our head scout does. If he falls, I wouldn't be. Well, actually, no, he's not going to fall. He's not rated very highly by our. Oops, we're looking at OSA ratings now. So Brendan Rodgers is still rated pretty highly by OSA. So I think I'm actually going to draft him, but I'm going to look at all the options, obviously. Let's see, who else does our scouting director like? Ryan Mountcastle, our scouting director, seems to like this guy. Seems like he could be a solid player. Would not be opposed to drafting him in the next round. Let's see, what else do we got here? Dansby Swanson. I kind of like Rodgers better, to be honest. OSA favors him a lot more than our head scout. Yeah, I think we're going to go with Brendan Rodgers. There's a guy that somehow ended up on my Phillies franchise that I'm doing off camera. Zeke Dodson. Yeah, we're going to go with, whoops, let's just get that back to head scout. Nice. So, yeah, we're going to go with Brendan Rodgers. His demand's 10 million. I think we can maybe get him for 9.5, but we're going to draft a player, and that will be our first overall pick, the first overall pick of this draft. Our first draft pick in this series is Brendan Rodgers. Let's auto draft into the next pick. See who falls. Is that our pick again? Oh yeah, it is our pick. Whoops. So let's see. Did that guy who had the ACL? Okay, so that guy who had the ACL problem fell. The ACL problem. That sounds so bad. Let's see. Anybody? Okay, so Dotson dropped. Naylor dropped. DJ Wilson dropped. Brian Harris dropped. Cornelius Randolph. That's who the Phillies got this year with their first round pick in real life. I believe it was 10th overall. I think he's actually our 6th rated prospect. Okay, now we're really getting down to the. Okay, maybe I should stop going so far down. Oh, I'm only looking at all batters. Oh no. Well, I was going to draft Rodgers anyway, don't get me wrong, but. Let's do all players. Maybe. Okay, here we go. That did absolutely nothing. Okay. So maybe we're not getting a pitcher this year. Yeah, we're definitely not getting a pitcher this year. Nope. Yeah, we're definitely not getting a pitcher. So maybe Brian Hayes. Does OSA like? Okay, so OSA does not like him. So I'm gonna have to try to find a guy that OSA likes. Do they like Chris Betts? Oh wait a minute, hold on. Before I do that, let me see something first. I want to see. Sort by name. Okay, it's gonna be difficult. I want to see if this guy is in the draft this year. I don't think he is, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, he's not. So I was looking for Jonathan Geddes because I've seen not only my saves but other people's saves that he turns out to be a very, very good player. So I was kind of looking for him, but because he actually does not start out rated very highly, like in terms of potential. Brian Hayes, I don't know. I mean, should I take this guy? I don't like his avoid Taze, but might be the option here. Be Denton. What is this looking like? OSA doesn't like him. Is there anybody that OSA does like? Oh, Nicholas Hamilton. I like this guy. OSA doesn't, though. Although at some point, I think I'm just going to trust my head scout. I kind of wonder who he thinks we should get. Oh, this guy's very, very good defensively. That's interesting. Maybe O'Neill Lockridge. Okay, well, OSA and our head scout seem to be in agreement on this guy. So maybe I should. Not in terms of defense, though. That's for sure. Let me see who he thinks we should take. Let me see. So he thinks we should take. Okay, so he thinks we should take the guy with the ACL injury. That's interesting, don't get me wrong. Seems like he can hit pretty damn well, but other than that, it seems like he only wants the slot, though. That's not too bad. Alright, first, okay, I'm gonna get. Hold on, I'm gonna get Martellini first. He wants the recommended slot, so we're going to draft and offer the slot. Let's see, does Kep Brown fall? No, he didn't fall. Oh, and Martellini would have fell. Damn it. Alright, well, we're going to take Lockridge. By the way, that's, what is that, a third shortstop we've taken? Oh, well. We're going to draft and offer the slot. Until next pick. And let's see, what else do we got here? This guy actually turned out to be pretty good in my Phillies franchise. We're going to take Michael Hickman. He only wants a slot. Until next pick. This guy turned out to be pretty good too, so we're going to take Zeke Dotson. He only wants a slot. Xavier LeGrant turned out to be pretty solid, but I don't really know if I want to. And he's impossible sign. That doesn't mean we can't sign him. If you offer them enough money, they will sign most of the time. But actually, let me sort. Oh, this is OSA ratings now. Well, if this is OSA, oh, Hunter Parsons. That is interesting. Yeah, let's take Hunter Parsons. Oops, scouting OOTP. Because it seems like pitchers are rated a lot higher when you look by OSA ratings. So we're going to take Hunter Parsons. Impossible sign? Yeah, I doubt it. Offer them enough money, they'll sign with you. Tristan Beck turned out to be good. And he's an easy sign. That's perfect. Ooh, Stephen Kolek. Is he going to fall? He fell. Let's go. So we're going to get Stephen Kolek. And if Jackson Lewick falls, we're getting him. Okay, good. We're getting Jackson Lewick as well. So I'm pretty happy with our draft picks here. What are we in the 10th round now? 10th round, yep. So that was basically all the pitchers I wanted. I'm glad they fell. Let's see, who does OSA have? They seem to think this guy will be pretty good. Yeah. Seem to also think that guy will be good. What does our scouting director think we should take? Thinks we should take Saturnino Santis. Oh, I gotta draft this guy just based on his name. Are you serious? Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm drafting this guy. Yeah. I can't wait to say this when he makes up to the majors. Oh, now we're going to bring in Saturnino Santi Santa Cruz. Oh, that'll be awesome. Yes, we're definitely drafting him. Now, if our scouting director does another pick that I agree with, I'm just going to let him finish off the... Oh, no, I want DJ Wilson, actually. Tristan Leggett. Yeah, I'm actually going to sign this guy. I can see a scenario where he makes the Major League club at some point because he's really good defensively and he has really good speed. So I'm definitely... I like that selection. Tell me DJ Wilson falls, please. Yes, he fell. So he turned out to be pretty solid. I keep saying this a lot, but it's just based on experience. He turned out to be pretty solid in my Phillies franchise to this point. So we're going to draft DJ Wilson. Impossible sign, but it's a 12th round. I can afford to take a risk like that at this point. And I don't know, should we draft this guy because he has the same first name as me? Who does he think we should take? Logan Gillespie? Yeah, I guess that'd be probably smarter. Uh, yeah, it seems like he could be a role player, I guess, at some point. Yeah, so we're going to draft him, and then we are just going to complete the draft because I like what my scout director is saying at this point, so we're going to do that. Did you know Felix Hernandez got his 2,000 strikeout on Thursday, May 14th, 2015? Awesome. Suppose that means in the game. So let's negotiate with our draftees. So Brandon Rogers, I'm gonna have to match his demand. Oh, man. All right, submit the offer. Oh, that hurts. Because that's what happens when you pick first overall, though. So I imagine if I offered this guy maybe 475. This is my last chance at signing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. Go 500,000. And DJ Wilson, we're gonna try to get him for 475. I doubt that'll work, but we'll see. I imagine they probably wanted up over at least a million though, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get those guys, but either way, we'll see what happens here. So I will cut out until we get some news regarding those players. Alright, and we're back. So we're just going to go down the list here. Brendan Rodgers was convinced, so he signed. So we signed Rodgers. We signed Michael Hickman. Hunter Parsons was not satisfied and didn't really surprise me. I wasn't really too upset about that. So he's going back to school, and he'll be in the draft next year, I imagine. DJ Wilson is the same reason as Parsons. He was not satisfied either. But Martellini, Lockridge, and Dotson were all satisfied by our offer, or convinced, I suppose. So that is that. And now I will cut out once again until we reach the international amateur free agent signing period, the start of that. So I will be right back. Alright, and we are back. So you see, it is July 2nd, 2015. Team is 32-47. Paul Goldschmidt actually just won Batter of the Month. So I suppose he's picking it up. But anyway, it is time for the international free agent signing period to begin. So we're just gonna go take a look, see who we got here. And it seems like this is the best guy available, at least according to our scouts. So yeah, we're gonna sign him. Wait, what is his nickname? Genghis Khan. That's awesome. Yes, we're gonna give him. What does he want? So he wants 850,000, but obviously this becomes a bidding war almost immediately. So we're gonna give him 1.4 and 1.3. See if that's enough. So we're gonna see if that's enough. And typically these guys they don't take very long to get back to you. So let's see. Okay, so this guy seems like he could be a solid bullpen piece. So how much did he want? Flores? He want? Nah, I'm not gonna pay that much. Okay, so he is not very good defensively. Seems like he could be good though. How much? Oh, he wants. Wow. No, let's not do that. Does Jose like this guy at all? Eh. Let's actually see who OSA likes the most. So they like that guy the most. OSA, wow. That is impressive, I suppose. Anybody not want a lot that OSA likes? Yeah, let's go Rocha some cash. He wants 110, so how about we give him 410? What does this guy want? Yeah, I'll give Jose Varela What do you want? 65,000. So we will give you 105,000. Awesome. And how much do we still have? We still have like a million, like 1.2 million, roughly. Actually, a little more, a little less than that. Could use some catchers. Yeah, let's sign this guy. Doesn't look like he's good defensively, but why not? So I'll bump you up to 8. And I think that'll be about it. Yeah, because we only have, what is that, like less than 300,000 left before we go over the cap. So yeah, we're gonna keep it at that. And as I mentioned, typically these guys don't take very long to get back to you. It's usually a pretty quick, simple process. Oops. Oh yeah, I sent a lot of guys on rehab assignments, by the way. I suppose, I don't know, should I call him up? Yeah, I think we're gonna call, because how are you doing? You're finally hitting over 200, and Laird is still hitting under 100. Your defense. Okay, so you're coming down. Okay, you gotta clear waivers. Okay, waive and DFA. So we'll bring Hernandez up, and he is automatically gonna become our everyday catcher. Yep. And the same for left-handers. Yep, there we go. Awesome. So there's that. So you guys got to see that on camera. Lucky you. We won against Colorado 13-1. I suppose that's good. Bronson Arroyo is eligible to come off the DL, but this guy sucks. Okay, I imagine I can't just send this guy down to AAA. Nope. Okay, let's just send him on a rehab assignment to the minors, and then we'll worry about it in 30 days. Yep. Okay. So let's see what we're doing here. See if we get any news for or from these players. If we don't get it in the next couple days, I'm just going to cut out. Oh, there you go. All right, so we got Rocha, we got Beloli, we got Perez, we got oh, no, we didn't. So Minnesota and okay, well that's the guy we definitely wanted. So let's give this guy maybe offer contract. Let's offer you maybe 1.1. Okay, so that leaves us with a little under 200,000. So we can up that to, no we can't. So we actually have to make that what? We're right against the cap if we give him 130, I believe. Yes, okay, so that's basically the most we can offer those two guys. What is Aaron Hill talking about? You do not deserve to be part of the starting lineup, that's for damn sure. So let's see here. We just need to get these two guys and we will be all set. And you saw there's, okay, let's see. Ender injured, no, we got injured again, damn it. Okay, partially torn labrum, ouch. So we're, okay, please send us a 60-day DL. Our hitting coach sucks. Yeah, we're definitely getting a new hitting coach. What is this? Everett Cabrera for Jordani Valdespino. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Anybody first? I doubt it. Is anybody even in top? Like, all right, so nobody. Awesome. Okay, so Nick, I reviewed the goals. Oh, by the way, I forgot if I said it last episode, but our guy's name is Nick Peppers. Nick, I reviewed the goals I've set out for you. My comments are below. Team record. It's a long season, but the way the team is playing, I think the fans wouldn't mind it if the season got cut shorter. Neither would I. I hope you have some tricks up your sleeve because I'm not liking where this team is headed at the moment. Well, what did you expect? Did you think that sneaking in Ruby De La Rosa would appease me requesting my request to bring an all-star in, or bring in an all-star? There you go, Ryan. Not entirely. No. Well, better than nobody. I highly recommend you keep working the phones. I'm good with your performance and accomplishment. Well, it doesn't seem like it, homie. I'm good with your performance in accomplishing the goals I set out for you. I feel similarly about your handling of the team's on-field front, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, he wants us to get better. I suppose we can definitely try to do that. Okay, so we got Perez, and okay, so Toronto offered him a bigger contract, and so, yeah, we can't sign Varela. Oh, well. because then we'd get over the cap, and I don't feel like being capped for how much I can spend next year. So it's not what I'm gonna do. There's the draft pick signing deadline, so I don't think we got any compensation picks. Nope. Oh well. And Varela signs Boston. Awesome. So now I will cut out until we get to the trade deadline, and that will probably be the last part of this video. So I will be right back. Alright guys, before the trade deadline, I figured you guys might want to see who made the All-Star game. I don't know, but let's see, in the American League, let's see, any surprises? Jesse Hahn, that's a bit of a surprise. 10-2, wow. Let's see, any other surprises? Justin Verlander, that's a bit of a surprise. Eric O'Flaherty, Cody Allen. Hank Conger made the All-Star game, that's interesting. Brian McCann, Stephen Pierce, Oswaldo Arcia. I know that's not how you pronounce that last name. I know that's not how Wow, that home run power is pretty solid, though. He always turns out to be a pretty solid player in these I've seen. JD Martinez, that's not surprising. Adam Eaton, that's a bit surprising. I actually thought he'd do better, like in real life, but I guess not. Mike Trout in 242. Still made the All-Star game. Wow. Okay, NL, let's see. So I actually checked it to where every team has to have at least one representative as it is in real life, because when you first start this game out, that's not automatically checked. So our representative, I suppose, is Daniel Hudson, because I doubt we have any outfielders make it. Nope. So, yep, our representative is Daniel Hudson, but let's see, DeGrom, he's doing okay. His range still aren't that high. That's surprising. Kershaw, that's not surprising. Adam Wainwright, obviously he's out for the year in real life. No, my iPad went off again. Whoops. Kishek, Trevor Cahill, wow. Jason Grilly, Jared Saltalamacchia, that's a really big surprise. Wow, he's having himself a year. 3.1 WAR. Josh Harrison, he made it again. Chase Utley, oh my god, Chase Utley, 348. And he's playing every day. Wow, my gosh, that is surprising. That is very surprising. That would be the big surprise on here, to be honest. Matt Carpenter, Tulo, Ryan Braun, Carl Crawford, that's surprising. He's doing good too. Puig, McCutcheon, Peterson, Trumbo. Oh, no, yeah, we actually have Trumbo. Whoops. His WAR is .6, and he has 18 home runs. That's awesome. Baltimore owner. Oh, that's a shame. Peter Angelos passed away. All right, but now I will cut out now until we. Whoops. Until we reach the trade deadline. So I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and I figured I might as well actually cut out here, because I just checked this, oops, sorry about that noise. I just checked this video is getting kind of long, as you see here. Jordan Zimmerman actually re-signed with the Nationals, so he won't hit free agency. But I figured I'd cut out here and save the trade deadline for the next episode, because as I mentioned, this video is getting a little on the longer side, and I kind of want to try to avoid that, because I remember in the Philly series I had like a video that was over an hour. I really want to try to avoid that. We're not close to an hour in this, don't get me wrong, but I kind of want to keep these shorter. So, just want to thank you guys for watching episode number 2. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. I'm definitely, I mean, even though we're only 2 episodes in, I'm definitely enjoying this series a little more than my Philly series. I'm not even, actually, no, I won't even say little. I actually am enjoying the series a lot more. But as I mentioned, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. And be sure to subscribe if you are new here. That way you don't miss any of my future content. Once again, thanks for watching, guys. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, then Monday. Have an awesome day.